What is good, DH Nation? Welcome back to a brand new video on the month of our Lord, December. And today, we are going to be talking about the long awaited review that Geekly has been bugging me about in the comments. And that is Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider Man, a video that I should have done so long ago, but people were busy. But hey, I finally got around to it, and I thought it was utterly and terribly okay. It was okay. Just okay. Now, is it one of Marvel's better shows? Yeah, or objectively, it's probably one of the better modern Spider-Man cartoons to come out, despite the race swaps. I will get to that. But overall, out of an entire year of projects, I probably only liked what, fucking what? Well, yeah, it's two. I was gonna say three, but nah, it's just two. I liked Fantastic Four, and I liked Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. As for Marvel Zombies, I only like that because woke characters get killed off, and I couldn't care less about them. It's really more of a guilty pleasure than an honest enjoyment. But as for Fantastic Four, which is a video on its own that I need to get to, I enjoyed it for what it was. And Spectacular Spider-Man, not Spectacular Spider-Man, Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, eh, it's not, it's, it's great, but it's not perfect. And here's the thing. There are differences with this show that I call out, but it's not so terrible to the point where I don't want to watch it. There are good redeeming factors to it. I like how Norman Osborn is Peter's mentor in this show, but at the same time, I feel like, with him being black, we all know Disney ironically wants to push its eat the rich message, but they ironically make Norman Osborn black, and you would think in the Big 25, Norman Osborn would stay black, would stay white, right? Hell, even the games did that. But at the same time, they just kept them black because I guess BlackRock wouldn't give Disney their ESG money if they made them white. I don't fucking know. But hey, I think what they did to Harry was worse though. That nigga looked like Jamal from Empire, and they gave him a man bun. It was so cringe. But overall, the show's not terrible. I mean, they made the Scorpion look cool, and you would be forgiven thinking that Harry was like the black jock Peter hangs out with. But no, like that's Lonnie Lincoln, aka Tombstone, which you know which I ain't gonna lie. I kind of like what they did to Lonnie. I like what they did with Lonnie in this show. It's a good sign that he is gonna go downhill eventually. Hopefully, we'll get to see that Revitiligo kick in, where the name Tombstone actually makes sense. Now, as for the villains, they're hit or miss. They're typical, like, fucking episode of the week villains, and I miss that. I really think shows need to get back to that format. Like, not to the point where it's like The Flash or like the CW, where it's like 20 episodes of filler before we get to the point. But at the same time, I feel like we need to get back to, more episodic stories that loosely tie in together before we get to the main shit. But don't make too many of it. And hey, it's streaming, man. Like we can make like 4 episodes of it before we get to it. Invincible kind of does that, but at the same time, yeah, man, it's kind of hard to get into, especially when Mark just gets his ass beat like in every episode. But as for this, it's not terrible. It's like I said, it's probably one of the better Spider-Man cartoons to come out. Cause like fucking, I'll watch this over Ultimate Spider-Man any day. But at the same time, I feel like what's really gonna drive most people off from watching it is the race swaps, and it's not that many. I mean, Norman Osborn's black, and Kurt Connors is a woman now because fuck you. That's why. Oh man, I just know when she turns into the lizard for an episode, there's gonna be some diabolical shit on Rule 34. But yeah, man, it's not terrible. I was going into it. I was kind of jumping the gun with it, honestly. But it's not perfect. The race swaps hold it back so much. And it sucks because I see potential in this. I could see potential in a show like this, especially since it's its own show that loosely ties into the MCU. It's not like tied to the movies or anything like that. It's kind of its own show with influences from the MCU, if that makes sense. But just go with it. It's so fucking weird how this was pitched as like a Spider-Man Homecoming prequel, when really it's just kind of a new Spider-Man show that is kinda, but not really in the MCU. It's weird. I would prefer this show to be its own thing, personally. Not everything needs to tie into the MCU. That's how we get bullshit like fucking Multiverse of Madness. But yeah, that's all I really had to say. Your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, pretty decent. Did not did not have a bad time with it. Barely any flaws, really, to be honest. Outside the race swaps, you could watch this show and probably come away with it positive. But yeah, that's really all I gotta say. I will be giving your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man a. I think I'll be generous and maybe give it a 6 out of 10. It's good, but at the end of the day, it just kind of depends on how you feel about it. Personally, for me, the race swaps make it way too fucking different, and it doesn't make sense because these characters could have just been what they are in the comics, and the show would have still been good. It doesn't change anything. But you know how Disney is, man. They want that ESG money. They want that ESG change. But this show's pretty decent. Go check it out if you haven't already. This has been DH Nation, DH Studios. I keep forgetting that I changed the title to my channel. And by the way, as always, take care of yourselves and each other.